The youth games. I hope they've sorted out the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Have you seen pictures of Asaba? The sporting infrastructure.
There's no behind the scene. What's the?
No. I think it was a story about lack of power supply.
Yeah, there was a story about that.
And all the whatnot.
And the conditions of the young athletes. I'm just asking that. No, I've not seen pictures.
I sent that particular story to some of the members of the local organizing committee, because the story actually came from Sahara reporters, and what they said was, Sahara is used to reporting negativity. There's no competition or tournament that is bereft of that doesn't have so it's more ideal that they deal with the positives instead of the so-called negatives, but that's their story.
But it's the story is untrue, because the story is
they didn't deny it. What you just said was
Sahara reporters has every right to report it if it is true. You understand?
And there was a quote. There was a quote in the story as well. So Yeah.
So if it's fabricated, a fabricated story is different from a negative story. You understand? Some stories are fabricated and negative.
Fabricated and a lie now.
Exactly.
That's a lie.
But negative doesn't mean it's not true.
But like they said, dwell on the positives. And the positives is that, you look at the infrastructure in Delta State, absolutely amazing. Amazing.
What did you just use now?
Amazing?
No,
absolutely. Infrastructure.
Infrastructure is not human beings. The people that are competing. It's good to have the infrastructure, but for me,
somebody called in, or sent in a message on the show, I think a couple of days ago, and was talking about what's that phrase people use again when it comes to enabling environment?
Yes.
The enabling environment is existent in Asaba.
It's good, but
because infrastructure is top notch.
It's good, but who are the most important protagonists?
It will get better.
It will get better.
It will get better.
But when you're organizing these things, it's not their first rodeo now. Do you understand? Nobody in Delta State organized a last sports festival.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
No. It was Edo.
It was Delta.
It was Edo.
And we never.
Delta has done it before.
Yes.
The last one wasn't.
Is it the Super 8 or Super something?
But they've done quite a number of events.
They've done quite a number of events. So they should have the sharper. We're not out to castigate, you understand? But there's some things stories you shouldn't be hearing about. And as long as Sahara reporters did not fabricate the story, then they have a story to tell.
But I think that for every event, there's always issues.
There will always be issues. Look at the African Cup of Nations. Cote d'Ivoire, one of the stadiums in preparation for AFCON, which is just in January, is decrepit.
Yes.
For want of a better word.
Yes. Decrepit.
Okay, decrepit. For want of a better word. And they are hosting AFCON in January.
They are hosting in January, so they never host. You understand?
I know, but this Nations Cup has been moved already 1 year. So this is even a delayed Nations Cup because it's 2023, not 2024. And we're still having issues. We're moving from Cameroon to another person.
Can I ask you a question? Personal question. Are you contractually obliged to agree with everything Charles said?
No, because what I say makes sense. And he understands.
No. You see, you've started.
The thing is,
you did allow the
school of thought that we come from, analyzes.
Are you a puppet?
Yes, I am.
The school of thought that we come from analyzes.
Yes.
So that's why.
All right. So
it's not about him agreeing.
You are contractually obliged. Okay, but segueing to, since you mentioned AFCON, that's a tough. We're facing a possible tough draw.
How?
There's no easy team at AFCON for next year. You look at all of the teams that have qualified. There is not one debutant. Not one.
If we don't come out of that group, they should flog whoever is coach.
You don't even know the group.
There's no worry. I look at people in Port 3 and 4. We should flog. And it's 24
Which has a shaky head for you?
No, now it is 24.
Don't go past your
now it is 24 teams. That means that we best loser. Are you saying that we cannot qualify as automatic?
What I'm saying,
we cannot come on as automatic.
But best loser won't come from all the groups then. You'll have three.
If you don't do what you can do and collect points from the other two teams in the other 2 points.
No, but we have no reason not to qualify from whatever group, because you look at the kind of quality that we have. Abba. Haba, waiting now.
We still beat Egypt. The last one that we did rush. We beat Egypt too. In that group to qualify out of it.
When you talk about quality, if we take a deep dive into the Super Eagles, how
we have a player who plays at AC Milan. There's one in Napoli. There's one at Fulham.
Bayer Leverkusen.
But that's
what's that new boy? That new boy, Orban.
Beyond their individual quality,
dude.
Is the team a quality team?
Is that team
their cohesion?
Yes,
they work
together.
Really?
That's what you want to hear. Yes.
We recently beat a team 6-0.
Which team collected 10 from our hand?
Igbobi College, we beat Sao Tome.
Come on.
I'm saying, if we take a critical look at the Super Eagles, how really solid is that team?
Very solid.
I think the team is very
we're
good.
weak in the goalkeeping department.
No, we're not.
We are.
No, we're not.
No, we are.
Do you need a world-class goalkeeper to win a tournament? You don't need that.
It helps.
You don't. No, you don't. You don't.
Helps.
You don't.
Also have a very, very good coach. I think we've been weak in he might not need
City won the UEFA Champions League and the Premier League without a world-class goalkeeper.
How? I think what's his name?
Ederson is not a world-class goalkeeper. No, he's not. He's a good goalkeeper. Yes, I agree. But he's not a world-class goalkeeper.
I'm saying we don't have a good goalkeeper. How about that?
We have a decent goalkeeper.
We have an average goalkeeper. Our goalkeeping department.
How many African countries have goalkeepers better than we have?
We are competing. I'm not here for what I'm about to say.
Onana.
No, we are competing with these people now. You only look at who you are up against. We're not competing with somebody. I'm putting us with the people we're going to play against.
So I'm saying
about the
goalkeeping defensively.
Mendy.
No, not Mendy.
Because that's who Senegal used to win the last
defensively. How good are we?
We're good defensively. Individually.
Central defense.
There's Calvin Bassey. There's Ajayi. I don't even call those other ones.
Oyibo Wall is on the bench. Oyibo Wall is on the bench.
They're supposed to retire. We
have very good fullbacks.
Very good fullbacks. 3.
Okay, maybe fullbacks. Yes, we have. How about midfield? The core of the team. Our midfield is whack.
Onyemachi is not doing bad. What's his name? Onyekachi. What's his name? Is also not doing bad.
He's not doing bad.
Has picked up this season.
Did he scored last weekend?
He has picked up this season.
Well,
he will be a midfielder.
Kelechi can't play in midfield.
I don't know. I'm not convinced about the Super.
These are names that you reel out and
to think that we're 6th.
No, but every time we have won the nation, every time we won the Nations Cup, we have never been convinced.
I don't know. I'm not convinced.
So we shouldn't be convinced now.
No, I'm saying 2013, we're not convinced, but we still won the Nations Cup.
Yeah, agreed.
It's just about belief. The team just needs that support from Nigerians.
What are these French, Arab countries doing well that they are top 5? From the Algeria to the
Morocco,
Senegal, Tunisia.
Morocco had a very good World Cup, so they are number 1. Senegal was number 1 for a long time, but Morocco chanced them, so they won. Senegal are champions from the Africa.
Yeah.
Egypt obviously have been decent. They're not great, decent.
Oh well.
So where are the Cameroons?
They are behind us, at our back.
I think we can do better, Sha. I'm really not convinced about the Super Eagles in this one. Yes, we have individual talents. We have brilliant people, but to match them,
crack squad. I don't think, and I stand to be corrected.
Midfield and defense.
I don't think there's any other country in Africa that has a better attack than we do in Africa now.
Attack, but I'm talking about midfield and defense.
But goals win you games now.
Even defensively, how many teams in Africa?
As well.
How many teams ahead of us?
Goals win you games, but solid defenses win you tournaments. That's the truth.
Even at the back, how many countries ahead of us in the rankings have better defense than we do individually?
All those teams that are ahead of us, Morocco, we can beat Morocco comfortably. The only team here that I think we can struggle against might be Senegal.
Yeah, Femi, join.
Might be Senegal.
Use the word confident. We can't beat Morocco confidently. We'll not beat Morocco confidently.
We will beat Morocco confidently. Confidently.
We can beat Algeria.
Nigeria never struggles with North African teams. We never do. That's not a problem. It's Senegal and I'm the issue.
Tunisia, very useless Tunisia, tossing us out of the last Nations Cup. When it mattered.
No, that was coaching. That was coaching.
Yes, it was a one-off.
That was coaching.
That was dodgy goalkeeping.
That was coaching.
That was dodgy goalkeeping.
Whether coaching or not, that was the Super Eagles.
Yes,
exactly. Exactly.
For me, the story in the news hound that while it doesn't state what the problem is, but we have to mention it is, I think the IMC has to say something about the league.
There is a problem. We all know what the problem is.
And because we're delaying, it just
you know what the problem is?
What is the problem?
The problem is that they still haven't tied down agreements. There's an agreement with Propel, yes, that's already sorted out. 300 matches to be shown, yes. 8 games every weekend. But there's a new twist. Now, there's a Chinese company, and that Chinese company is StarTimes. StarTimes are offering the npfl 1.5 billion every year for 10 years to broadcast the npfl on its network, on its platform. Now, the npfl think that it's slave trade. There's some people within the npfl that think that it's a good deal. Some think it's slavery when you give your products to a foreign company for 10 years.
10 years.
For 1.5 billion.
Just fixed.
Fixed.
No.
Exactly. So that's what the problem lies.
No, I won't take that.
That's what the problem
3
lies.
years maybe, but 10 years.
That's exactly what they're propagating. Those who have sense are saying, look, the maximum that we can do is 5 years. No, 5 years. Anything shorter than 10 years, longer than 5 years, we're not going to accept.
How can 10 years without it escalating?
Yeah, without exactly.
Come on now.
No,
that's,
if I may ask,
that's slavery.
Who are the people who are on the side of saying it is good?
You have to consult a DBA to know that.
Because I don't understand. Because for me, I don't understand. If you don't agree, then let's move on. If you don't want the money, let's
what
move
they've
on.
done now is that they've told the company that, look, this is our offer. Yes, if you don't accept it, then we have to move on without you.
Simple.
I just want to point something out. Cowdy started, the camera picked it up, started out gaping at us in slavish adoration. You understand? He was actually watching Charles Van see wisdom.
I was trying to understand the issue with the npfl. That's why I came back to the studio.
That's why because that means you're.
Because when the guy told me 1.5 billion and he said they were going to turn it down, like, are you crazy?
Every year.
No,
but then he says for 10 years. No, that's too much.
For me, 7 years is not a lot.
No. 7 years is too long. 5 years max.
Maybe 5 years max. For me, I would have even said 3
because
years.
The simple question.
Or you take 3 years and renegotiate after 3 years.
The simple question I ask is that
why?
10 years ago,
10
years ago, has our league improved 10 years ago?
Well,
to this
the idea
point?
is to improve it moving forward.
Exactly.
So not to look at the past.
The reason I'm looking at the past is that you use where you're coming from to know where you're going to.
Yeah, that's why we've looked at that. That's why I want to do better now.
If you're a businessman, if I tell you that, this thing 10 years ago, this was what it was. 10 years after, this is what it is. In our own, 10 years ago, let's say it was worth 1 billion. Has it grown over 1 billion as at this time?
Yes.
Considering inflation, yes, it has.
Yes, it has. I mean, even if you look at the interest
how much was dollar 10 years ago?
The Remo Stars, these guys, Lagos Sporting Lagos, those are new investments. It's worth it. It's increased. Whether you take it, it's a fact.
All right.
See, I'm bringing knowledge to sports.
Knowledge that you tapped from us. Thank you, Cowdy.
Can I just take a few messages before we go in? So, Adams, the head of the Referees Council in Lagos, he says, good morning, gentlemen. I vehemently disagree with Charles on the quality of Manchester City goalkeeper. He's a very good goalkeeper.
I agree. He's not world class.
The midfield of the Eagles lack creativity. All the names mentioned are not creative. We need to search for a creative player. The last game against Sao Tome was characterized by midfielders giving accidental passes, which will be snuffed out by a quality team with quality players.
Adams, I disagree with you. There's a lot of creativity in the Super Eagles.
Adams, I agree with you 100%. To me, there's not some... Name a creative player in the Super Eagles.
Kelechi Iheanacho.
He's a striker.
He can play midfield.
No, but he's not.
Kelechi traditionally is a number 10. But playing Iwobi is creative.
That's true.
I'm talking about an 8. Someone that can
Kelechi Iheanacho
can dictate play. Can dictate spread passes. No, I don't see that player. I don't.
But do we even have to play with a 10, with an 8? Do we need to?
I don't know. Me, I don't see that.
We don't need to. Those traditional number 10s back in the day, it's gone. It's gone.
I'm talking about an 8. I'm not talking about a 10.
We don't need an 8 to play. We can always evolve our system.
Yeah, by lumping the ball.
Besides, the Super Eagles play a 4-3-3. It was just recently that we reverted back to the traditional days of 4-4-2.
You just made that mistake that a lot of people make. That we reverted back is tautology.
I said reverted.
Can I read?
I didn't say revert back.
Can I read a few more
Reverse.
messages?
It's like saying reverse back.
Can I
reverse
read?
back is
Can I read a few messages?
Reverse back, exactly.
Can I read a few messages? Malikin Egbeda says, "Good morning, gentlemen of Sports Zone. We enjoy listening to your show as usual. I just want to comment on Arsenal versus Tottenham game at the weekend. They are one of those teams that haven't lost in the EPL this season. It'll be a fascinating encounter."
I'm looking at a very good game. I must apologize to Spurs fans. I kind of looked at Postecoglou. Thank you very much. When they beat you and United, I was more United's feelings than Spurs. But they've gone on in subsequent games and done the biz. Arsenal too have been good. Arsenal were very good against Everton, because Everton were just intent on defending for their lives and were looking to drag a point out of that game. So I think I'm looking at a really good game on Sunday. Who's at home? I think Arsenal is at home, yeah? So,
yes.
I'm looking at it very good.
Dele from Lekki says, "Please, Charles, name the world-class goalkeepers in the world right now."
There's a dearth of world-class goalkeepers, and I will not refer to...
Alisson is world-class.
I think Alisson is world-class.
Alisson is world-class.
I think Ederson
you know what I use? I use goalkeepers or players from the past to judge what I refer to as world-class. Now, a goalkeeper that I would refer to from the past as world-class would be Buffon.
Yeah, Buffon is world
we
class.
agree that Buffon is world class. Now, can you in any way stand Ederson side by side with Buffon?
Okay, but how about Alisson? Alisson is a fan.
Wait now, Shegun. Can you stand Ederson side by side with Buffon?
Yes, I think so. And I think
Can you stand Ederson side by side with the Russian goalkeeper Yashin?
Yashin of.
No, I mean, these are players, these are footballers who play the game. Why do we make reference always to Pele and Maradona?
No, so the difference here is you need to look at the times. Now the times
it's not about
it's the times now.
Goalkeeping has not changed.
No, it has. The coaches now want their goalkeepers to play out from the back. So
which is stupid.
It's what
is stupid. Look at Onana.
No, are you saying that Pep is stupid?
Look at Onana.
Are you saying Pep is stupid?
Look at Anazodo.
No, I say Pep is stupid.
What I'm saying, Shegun, is that City do not have a world class. You don't need a world class goalkeeper to win major tournaments. That's what I'm saying.
He may not be world class, but he's very, very good.
It's not a case of Ederson may not be. He is not. He's not.
Ederson is world class.
Femi, if he was, he'd be displacing Alisson. So I think.
No, but it's down to the coach's preference.
But you agree? But we all agree Alisson is world class.
Because are we saying that?
No, do we all agree that Alisson is world class?
I agree that Ederson is world class. I agree that Alisson is world class.
Okay.
Brazil for the first time have two good goalkeepers. They can't play both.
Alisson is better than Ederson, please. On that one.
Okay. So, all right. This one here says Shagun from Ejigbo.
Why are you guys so pessimistic? Eh? Shagun.
Says just because
not you, Shagun.
What did he say?
He says because it happened in 2013 doesn't mean it won't happen next year. What kind of?
I'm not saying that we can't go. I'm not saying we can't do stuff there.
Can you? The quality that we had in 2013, is it comparable to the quality we have now?
The quality. We had some decent players in 2013.
We did not have half of what we had.
We had no
half.
We had players that were at the start of their curve. What's this former Chelsea boys name? That's John Obi Mikel. No, the defenders. We had some solid defenders. Omeru and Obuabana are solid.
No, remember
who are wing backs? This fine boy without
our wing backs were not great. Our wing backs were not good.
They were in a team setting. They were good.
The attack we had at that 2013 is not good as what we have.
We had this boy was on fire. Emenike was on fire.
Shegun, do you know the only good game we had in 2013 was against Cote d'Ivoire?
I beg to disagree.
That was the one good game.
No, I beg to disagree.
And maybe the Burkina Faso.
And then maybe the final game.
Final game against
we outclassed Mali. Even the final game was, to be honest, with dry because Burkina Faso were very, very difficult. We took it very, very good.
Because that's in Burkina Faso drew with us in the group phase.
Yes,
we were more. Yes, I'm just saying those were the only two games that were.
No, I think we against Ethiopia where we needed. Yes, against Ethiopia. I watched that game.
Zambia, horrible games.
I was in the stadium. And
horrible games.
I saw
Victor Moses.
Our goalkeeper pull off brilliant saves.
When your keeper pulls up brilliant saves, what does that tell you?
All join now.
What does that tell you?
All join. All join.
Let me few more messages before we break. So, Babalola Abigafar says, "Good morning, Sports Zone. Oga Charles, Ederson of Man City or Alisson of Liverpool, which one would you choose and why?"
Alisson.
Mr. Chegun, can we bet on Man United to win against Burnley this weekend? I mean, make we still chill. My brother bet on it. You win. Uncle Chegun, you see what you said about Femi and Charles. I've always wondered. I can't even read the last part.
Whether they're in a relationship, I think they're both married, so I don't know.
Charles has Femi's nudes.
Say what? What?
If Charles has Femi's nudes.
How many times? It's what or a video.
This one says, "Hello, Sports Zone. We do have creative midfielders, but those running our football have refused to make the department competitive."
What department?
Now, the midfield. Now, between Ibrahim Olawi, Kelechi Nwakali. And no hope from Alakpere. Thank you very much. He says, number 10, before anyone argues, please take out time to watch them this weekend, like I have done. All right.
Who that? Watch who?
No, we mentioned Olawi. And
okay, where does Olawi play?
Rizespor in Turkey.
Okay.
Let me just read a few more messages before the break. This says, "Good morning, Sports Zone. My name is Timmy K. Ederson is not that good. The team of Manchester City are covering him too much. Or will you say Victor Valdez of Barcelona those days was good? The team was covering him always."
Valdez wasn't bad though.
Also, this
they had a very good team in front of them.
Chris Echo from Ikeja says, "A team that has Iwobi as its most creative player really is a team lacking in creativity, and the team has no goalkeeper, very short in central defensive departments." Yes, a team without a goalkeeper made it all the way to the semi-final of the same Nations Cup in 2019 because it was that same goalkeeper that was there.
Well,
I went to the World Cup too, and it was not the goalkeeper's fault. But we need to go for a break.
Dear.
All right, welcome back to the show. Let's take calls.
Yeah, calls.
Any calls coming through? And while we wait for that to happen, messages.
Okay. Let's go through this. Hello, guys. The Eagles' problem is creativity in midfield. The last creative midfielder who controlled ball in midfield was Mikel. Iheanacho Iwobi are not the solution to our creative deficiency in midfield. Charles. This one here, Fatai from Apapa says, "Good morning, Sports Zone. Now that Manchester United want to sell Sancho in January, good news for me. ATH needs to ship out some players. They're not disciplined in that squad." You want to respond to that?
Oh, no.
Okay. We've also got this one here. Speak out this message. Then we go to calls. Kufuruji Oluwaseyi says, "Barcelona did not have a world-class goalkeeper, but they dominated Europe with Valdez." Okay.
Man. Lines are burning up. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Charles. Good morning, Shegun.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
We'll keep deceiving ourselves when we mention those names we have mentioned and arrogate to them as creative players.
Exactly.
We are deceiving ourselves. We have lost it. We are yet to have a creative player in that midfield. We have had them in the past, but we've not been able to fish out some new players who will really be creative in that midfield. Any team that does not have an engine room that can be creative cannot even go further. All these ones we are saying, sometimes we just try to console ourselves. I agree, these are the players we have now. But we have the coach that can turn some of these players to being creative. Aside from their raw talent, the answer is apparently no. Good morning.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know how a national team coach can turn a player to be creative. The player has got to have it before you come to the national team.
I think that we've, and this is my opinion, I think that we have relied on the thoughts that a creative midfielder must be from the middle. It's not necessary that the central midfielder must be the most creative. Your flanks can be your most creative point of team. Yeah, we've seen it in many teams.
But flanks is still the midfield now.
No, what I mean flanks.
We're so used to thinking about wing backs or full backs.
Yes.
Which one are you referring to? Is it the wing backs or are you talking about
both of them, the wing backs and as in the whole wing? Because Liverpool's most creative players are from the full backs or their wing backs.
Through the way they play.
Yes, I'm saying that we should stop looking at football and it must be in the middle.
But we don't. But we lack creativity. So we're saying
we just mentioned that we
lack creativity in the middle of the park.
We don't need it there. If we get to somewhere, I just said Liverpool don't have. Liverpool.
What is creativity, sir? What do you mean?
People can do magic.
Passing the ball through in the transition, passing the ball through the lines, being able to pass
opportunities,
creating passing vertically.
So there's not one Super Eagles player that can do that.
Not that I know of now.
We have.
No, I know that can do that from middle of park. I'm sorry, I don't know that player.
Did you see the pass into the pass for Yana Charles penalty that he won? No, the pass from the middle of the park.
All the passes will be the pass. No, they see him.
I know the forward passes. I just think that we keep relying on the JJ, the thought of JJ. We have wingers.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Even JJ in his time. How many forward passes
good morning,
did he
do? Good morning, Femi. Good morning, Oga Charles.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. I just want to chip in regarding the money that Star Times wants to pay for the NPFL. I feel that they should go for it 10 years, because when you consider the present value of money and the future value of money, especially in the context of our currency, I think they should go for it. Look for ways they can invest that money for the long term, as well as acquire things that they need currently.
That money you're talking about, the 1.5 million or billion, will not be paid in hard currency. It's paid in naira.
That is the reason why I feel they should go for it now. We can't tell how much the hard currency will be in 5 years' time or 10 years' time. I remember a scenario. One of my neighbors, when I was growing up, when I was staying with my mom's younger sister, the man leased his house. This was about 15 years ago. The man leased his house to a tenant for, I think, 10 or 12 years. Collected that money, converted it to USD at that time, and invested it. And it's not until now that the clarity actually comes. Because he converted that money to USD at that time and used it to do quite a lot of things, and he invested it.
Yeah, but you know what the difference here is? This money's when paid to the NPFL trickles down to all the clubs, all 20 clubs in the NPFL, and will also be used to develop the league as well. So you can't take the money, convert to dollars, and then keep in a bank. You can't do that.
Although I like the analogy, though. I
want to believe that some money can use it to buy long-term instruments that would grow and accrue interest. But even in terms, if you invest in
not with football,
you don't know how much those things will cost in the future.
Okay, all right.
Because you don't even manufacture anything in Nigeria.
Okay, all right. What's your name again?
Taiwo from Ikoyi.
Taiwo. Okay, all right. Thanks a lot, Taiwo. Thank you so much.
All right.
I mean, but it's a well-reasoned argument. I like that. I mean, and I love that story. That's a very sharp guy.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Omole Joshua. My take this morning is on the competition going on in Delta. Whoever is in charge of doping that everybody should be up and doing. The rate our athletes are being attacked or accused all over the world is getting out of hand. And the youth are going into drugs in their numbers now. So whoever is found culpable to be dealt with, will say Uncle Shegun, man is going to lose today this weekend. So
I bind you in the mighty name of Jesus.
Your expectation.
Okay.
All the evil that you
okay, you said. Okay, give me some other show.
Thank you.
Okay, let's read a few more of your messages right here. This one here says, "Good morning, Sports Zone. Let's look critically. Super Eagles midfield and defense was not good enough. We have the best strikers in Africa, but the other departments will be our problem at the Nations Cup." Olumide from London. This here says, "Good morning, guys. Okay, talking about the goalkeeper. I've edited a lot of it out because I think the first part shouldn't have just come through. Saying we have quality goalkeeper, central defenders, and creative midfielders in Super Eagles is grossly disappointing." Shegun from Alagboli.
Oh, read his message. I mean, that's his opinion. You know.
Says Charles and Femi, you are doing a lot of discredit to your show with the kind of funny and whack argument you guys always make with Mr. Shegun. Saying we have quality goalkeeper, central defenders, and creative midfielders in the Super Eagles is grossly disappointing. Kelvin from Surulere says, "Charles, your intro song is back. Your belly done the sweet. Our game against Mali was a class. Keita Sef tire. All eyes on United this weekend. Let's play voice notes here this morning. Okay, let's just put this one. There we go.
Good morning, Sport Day. Good morning, everybody. My name is Dipo from Chile. I want to speak about the Super Eagles standard and the
Too low. I really tried.
Sorry, speak up, yeah, you know.
This one, Frederomo from Lekki says, Despot Zone City has a world-class keeper in Ederson, Alisson, Oblak, and Mananoia, as good as Rene Higuita. Rene Higuita
was he world-class? No, I don't think
Higuita was a jester.
He was magical and all that, but
I think he was eccentric.
You know, eccentric. That's
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you doing?
We didn't find it. What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
Simon, calling from Abuja.
Oh, Simon, how are you today?
I'm fine. Oh, that's Simon. Charles, Remy. I greet you guys.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I wanted to make a comment before, but I decided to change my opinion based on the message that Femi read. That you said you should read it. You didn't want to read it before. I think the writer of that message you should think before typing a message. You don't say somebody's argument is whack, even though you disagree with the person. Just say your own.
Don't disagree, yeah, I agree with you.
Some people don't think before the same message. Please, next time, just don't read such message. It's not good.
No, sometimes it's just to let you know the kind of people that also listen to the show. You know, if we didn't read that message, you would have no idea. So, no, it just shows you.
You can easily make a comment that I disagree with you in so many things.
I mean, look at Taiwo that called in and made that. I think that's a magic idea. So rent your house and use it to buy forex.
Somebody's argument is whack. I don't know. Some people don't see reason and think.
That's so then be. It's okay.
Thank
you very much.
Thanks,
but just saying with Johnny, Sam, please, whenever listeners, please, when you write or call in, you want to disagree, but don't be pejorative. Yeah, just make your comment. I do not agree with what you said, and this is my reason why. Simple as. I know you heard me and Femi yesterday. I felt like if I had a gun, I would have, I don't know, done something to him. But at the end of the day, we just agree to disagree. That's it. We're all entitled to opinions. What we cannot dispute are the facts. That's all. And my own argument yesterday was much more factual. So, and I won. And he came to me after saying,
all right, we don't have too much. We have to quickly do our predictions for the. Is that rain?
Oh yes, it is.
Goodness me.
So you don't want to be on the island.
So we've added one more, Shegun. I'm you don't know that, but just to let you know.
Okay. Why is it you guys always do things? And I'm only and I'm last to do.
That's one of our great
this sponsor is two complete things. This is okay.
Okay, so we have 6 predictions to make. PSG Marseille.
Yeah.
Okay.
Atletico Madrid against Real Madrid, Arsenal Spurs, Liverpool West Ham, Chelsea Villa, and then Raya or Ramsdale, who to start for Arsenal.
Wasn't that brilliant?
Nice.
Wasn't that brilliant?
Yeah, but even a stop clock is right twice a day. No, nice. That's nice. That's nice. That's a nice one.
Okay, so let's do this quickly.
PSG Marseille. PSG lost last week out, but I'll go home win. So it's not to analyze. What's the next one?
Arsenal
Spurs draw.
Okay. Liverpool
West Ham.
Yes.
Liverpool to win.
Okay. Chelsea
Villa. Draw.
Okay. We've got Atletico Madrid.
Away win. Real Madrid.
So that's lose for Atletico. All right. So your pick, Raya or Ramsdale?
Raya to start.
Okay.